South China Morning Post, 22nd of February 2023, China promotes the Belt and Road Initiative to a liberal Hungary as Europeans are wary of Beijing because of its ties to Russia. China has used Hungary to split up the European Union and weaken any measures that go against its all-out war against the rest of the world. China has encouraged Hungary to increase its participation in the Belt and Road Initiative, which is failing. Still, experts claim Beijing's support for Russia and the rise of pro-Western sentiment in Europe have soured the continent's feelings even if Budapest increases its commitments. Wang Yi, China's top diplomat, told Peter Szijjarto, the Hungarian Minister of Trade and Foreign Affairs, in Budapest that China was prepared to elevate their collaboration on constructing the Belt and Road projects to a new level, according to the state-run Xinhua News Agency. According to Xinhua, Wang had previously suggested that the two nations further strengthen high-quality cooperation in Belt and Road projects to self-described Liberal Prime Minister Viktor Orban. The foreign minister expressed high expectations for future collaboration following Wang's visit and referred to his nation as a top destination for Chinese investment worth more than $1 billion annually. Through a network of infrastructure projects worth more than $1 trillion, President Xi Jinping's signature Belt and Road Initiative seeks to increase China's power and economic integration with the rest of the world. Since the organization's founding 10 years ago, 149 nations have signed cooperation agreements. In 2015, Hungary joined the program and saw the most Chinese outbound direct investment in Eastern Europe, amounting to $571 million. Orban, charged with undermining Hungary's democracy, has adopted the Belt and Road Initiative to expand the region's export markets. The initiative's primary undertaking is a 350 kilometers, $1.9 billion high-speed railway to Serbia. According to Szijjarto, Hungary is dedicated to participating in the plan and will expedite building of the Hungary-Serbia railway, according to Xinhua. Analysts opined that it was unclear whether the nation would consent to additional projects, and Szijjarto's recent Facebook messages did not provide any cues. Despite China's desire to include both camps, Chen Zhiwu, chair professor of finance at the University of Hong Kong, said, "I don't believe the Belt and Road have much of a future in the pro-Western countries. Two blocs are once more dividing the globe." According to experts, many European leaders are annoyed by China's reluctance to denounce Russia or support sanctions against Moscow over the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Since arriving in Europe last week, Wang has faced inquiries and criticism about China's stance and has assured European leaders that China supports a peaceful conclusion to the conflict. Tuesday saw Wang arrive in Moscow for several talks. According to Andrew Collier, a China economist with Global Source Partners in Hong Kong, with the war in Ukraine, China's growing close ties to Russia are likely to make other nations in Eastern Europe less eager to do business with China. The investment climate in the area will get colder unless China changes its strategic foreign policy. Several other problems have damaged China's image in Europe in recent years. China's coercion on Taiwan and Hong Kong has drawn criticism from several European countries. Supply chains have also been segmented due to trade and technological disputes between China and the United States since 2018, with Europe primarily favoring Western channels for components like semiconductor chips. According to Alexander Vuving, a professor at the Daniel K. Inouye Asia-Pacific Center for Security Studies in Hawaii, most European nations are far more suspicious of China than they were previously. They now view initiatives under the Belt and Road Initiative differently. Globalization was the prior filter. The lens of strategic rivalry is replacing it. The Belt and Road Initiative has come under fire for projects like Chinese-sponsored coal plants that harm the environment and for engaging in debt trap diplomacy, trapping nations with debts they cannot afford to repay. China has vehemently refuted the allegations. According to Alicia Garcia Herrero, Asia-Pacific chief economist at Natixis Corporate and Investment Banking in Hong Kong, the Belt and Road Plan is not typically discussed between China and Europe. At the Group of Seven summits in 2021, the leaders of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States decided to start the Build Back Better World program. Because of U.S. comments about China's ties to Russia, European political leaders and their parties have temporarily abandoned the Belt and Road Initiative, according to Zhao Shijun, an assistant dean at Renmin University in Beijing's School of Finance. Zhao stated that they were not currently taking economic growth issues into account. They want to defend their political views, so they do this. He asserted that they would reconsider China's initiative when economic growth and people's livelihoods rose to the top of the list in the future.